Hello, today we're going to talk about the features of the GFP 663TH Top Heat Laminator. What you see here is the control panel, which is all touch control, and it also has a flip feature on it for using it from the back side. On this side panel is the printer for printing out tags for partially used rolls of film and media. At the front of the machine, you'll see the swing up bead table with print hold down bar. Table swings up. There is a locking device on both sides of the machine that hold the table in place once it's up so that it can't drop down on the operator. There's also a photo eye, shoots a beam all the way across the rollers to keep an operator from getting entangled in the rollers. This is the top motorized roller for going up and down. Bottom roller. Underneath that, we have the bottom idler bar. We have the lower supply shaft with locking cradle, which swings out for easy loading. Here we have the print media guides to keep the print from telescoping. Down here we have the front casters with locking devices and the foot pedal. On the back side of the machine, you'll notice emergency stop switches in both corners. We have a removable drop-in rewind shaft that lifts out, drops back into place. Locking cradles. We have the upper unwind supply shaft that swings out for easy loading. Below that, we have the side slitter bar with rotary side slitters that is removable. Below that, we have the Slitter Guide Bar. This is nylon coating on here so that when you're slitting, you're not trying to slit into a steel bar, dulling out your blades. Underneath that, this is the lower rear rewind for doing roll-to-roll applications. It is also a swing out for easy loading and unloading. Next we have the main power on-off switch, power cord, and the connector for the foot pedal. On this side of the machine, we have our controls for our shafts. This is the clutch for the upper rewind. This is the brake control for the upper unwind. This is the clutch for the lower rear rewind, and this is the brake for the lower supply unwind shaft. Now let's take a look at the control panel. This is all touchscreen controlled. We have numerous functions on this control panel, such as our main run and stop. We have a help, which goes in, shows us all the tutorial features that we need, shows all the webbing diagrams, talks about what all of the control knobs are for the brakes and the clutch, talks about what the up and down keys are for raising and lowering the roller. Then it also talks about outside of these keys, you can actually use finger slide. You can use it inside of here or you can use it outside of there for both pressure and gap. This also talks about how we're going to use the counter. So the counter will actually count down the amount of film that you're by foot that you've used during a run. This area shows you how to put in your start length and then we can go back, or we can go all the way to home. We have a top tension, and what this is this allows the operator to set the amount of tension on the idler bars with the brake setting. So if the brakes if the brakes start to get too tight or too loose, an alarm will go off telling the operator you need to attend to this situation. The bottom is the same thing. So you can set your amount of tension that you want on your film and your media. We then have the speed control panel. We have 4 presets, 5, 10, 15, and 20. And you can put in any speed that you want by using the finger slide or using the up and down keys. Once you've selected a speed, you press OK, and that's your new speed setting. We have the temperature, same thing. We have 5 different temperature settings as well as the cold. This will also allow you to change temperature by the slides, or you can use the up and down keys. Once you've selected your set temperature, you press OK, and that will be your new set temperature. Here we have warning, and this will alert you to any conditions in the machine, such as an e-stop pressed or if a photo eye gets blocked. So if I press an e-stop, it starts flashing and says we have a condition that needs to be taken care of. So I press warning, and it's telling me that it's my e-stop over on the right side. If the left side had been pressed, then that would have come up. What I have to do is reset that, and then we'd be ready to go. It also has a photo eye, so if you're running the machine and that photo eye gets blocked, this will light up and say that something had blocked that eye. Clear the jam, hit reset, and go back to home. Then we have service, which I can go into and I can change all my parameters on the machine, such as the gap, the pressure, the top and bottom tension, temperature, speed, and then you have the total reset for everything to clear out what you've put in there. This has the counter, and the counter tells you how many total feet you've run through the machine, tells you how many feet that you've used today. Then it tells you the amount of film that's also been run, and you can clear it out right here, so now you can start back over at 0. Then you have the function here where you have your starting length and how many feet you have left on there. You can also change everything with your film finger slides and your up and down keys. This is the printer. So what this does is, after you've run your job, if you have a partial roll left, it tells you how many feet you ran and how many feet are going to be left on that roll. You can also enter in the type of film and the finish. So if I hit where it says enter type, I can go over here, and if I have some presets such as calendared PVC, it will lock that into place. If I go to my finish and I press that, and I press my up and down keys, now I can go to my presets, or as we just saw, if we have a number, an open number, that means I can type in a new setting and it will store that. So we have textured, we have a calendared PVC that's textured, and I'm going to go ahead and say print, and when I hit print, my printer will print out a tag that says calendared PVC texture, 200 feet, has my date on there. I take this sticker now and I put that on my partial roll of film. That way we know what the film is, we know how many feet are on it, and we don't ever have to worry about if we have enough film left on that roll for our next job. In the gap setting, we have 6 preset gaps that all I have to do is press one of these and press OK, and it will automatically adjust to that gap. After I press OK, it will then go to that gap every single time I press the gap setting. And I can adjust that wherever I need. I can do it with these, I can do it with my up and down keys, or I can use my finger slides. Once it's set, it'll hold that in place until you go in and change it to a new setting. So if I press 1, it'll go to 1 and it'll stay there. Same thing with the pressure. I have 6 different pressure settings that I can control with either the up and down keys or the finger slides. Underneath speed, we can change the speed of the machine without going to the speed screen. So if I'm running and I like how everything looks, I can just go ahead and you can see the numbers are changing just by pressing the up and down keys. Underneath this, we have the run and the foot pedal. So if I press run and my main run, now the machine will run and I can change my speed setting as I need. Stop will automatically stop the machine. Foot allows me to use the foot pedal, and the foot pedal will override the safety eyes so that if you're running something really thick through the machine, you have control over it. You don't have to worry about that breaking the beam, the photo eye beam, and destroying your print. Over here, you have forward and reverse. This is the hot and cold setting. So right now I'm not running any heat. If I press hot, whatever I have stored in up here will automatically start heating up.